This is insane. After all the marathon drama and chaos, we finally have some news in regards to marathon. It doesn't come to us from an official marathon source, though. This is third party, and we're talking about a big leadership change, a big leadership shift this late into production. This is going to be a crazy one, right? If you haven't seen all the previous stuff with marathon, talking about the art theft stuff, talking about the alpha being received poorly to mixed reviews, that's all behind us now. We're talking about what is Bungie doing now to try in a sort of, post-apocalyptic, marathon era, right? Where everything seems to be in ruin. Well, it seems like they're doing some big changes to their creative director role, which is very high up there. We have Marathon Bulletin tweeting out Julian Ardan, previously narrative director, is now the creative director on Bungie's Marathon. So they were just shifted over from Destiny 2 narrative director to creative director on Marathon. She took on the role in May of 2025 via LinkedIn. At least that's what LinkedIn represents. You can go to their LinkedIn page and you can see that they were the creative director. All right, so now, is this good news? Is this bad news? We're going to go through all the details right now. So Julian Ardan has actually done some really excellent work for Destiny 2. In fact, losing them on Destiny 2 is kind of sad because they did the final shape, and the final shape narrative was impeccable. I mean, so good. Love the narrative for that. They've also worked on various other seasons, some of which are some of the better seasons in Destiny 2. Season of the Risen, Haunted, Seraph. We've got Arrivals. We've got Hunt, Chosen, Splicer, and Lost. So they've done some pretty good work for us, the Destiny 2 players. So losing them definitely sucks, but why such a big leadership change this late into production, right? This game is meant to come out in like 3 months from now, and you're just now changing the creative director. That seems like a very interesting change. A lot of people have been speculating about this because it seems like Bungie is either doing a creative rethink. Maybe this is indicative of a creative rethink of how they want to approach Marathon. Could this be an indicator of a potential delay that we've been speculating time and time again? Again, we're just speculating at this point in time. There's no official announcement from Marathon, from Bungie in regards to a delay, but we are, slowly piecing together a picture here with some massive leadership changes happening this late. You don't really see this that common, right? It shouldn't be this late into production. I mean, this game's been working on for almost 5 years now or so, right? It shouldn't be this late that we have such a massive change. In fact, if you think about it, someone asked an excellent question in chat here. They said, is the story not the first thing that gets made in regards to the game, right? Like, the story should be the first thing that's made. How is this changing this late, right? We obviously have seen some change in leadership as well due to the game director. Joe Ziegler has taken over in regards to Christopher Barrett and all of his controversies that, got him removed from Bungie, right? So we've had leadership change from the game director standpoint, and now we have a creative director change. We also have all the previous stories that were talked about in regards to former Bungie devs that are saying that, the mood, the temperature inside the studio towards Marathon is, lukewarm at best. There's not a lot of enthusiasm towards this game. Will this last minute pivot affect quality in a positive way? Can Julia cook, right? They've obviously cooked pretty well for Destiny 2 here, right? We have, you can't really see all this stuff here, but they've cooked pretty well. They did the final shape. They did Risen, Haunted, Seraph, okay? They've done excellent for us Destiny players. Can they cook in Marathon though, right? Or is it DOA? Is it already too late? Is it too far gone, right? There's obviously a lot of pressure on Bungie right now for them to deliver and to do well because, Concord just happened and cost Sony $400 million. One of the biggest losses in gaming history. Not the biggest loss, they didn't break the record, right? But one of the biggest losses in gaming history. Sony obviously owns Bungie as well, and they're not looking to create a sort of Concord 2 type of situation. A lot of people have called Marathon Concord 2. And to be perfectly fair, I don't know if Marathon is as bad as Concord 2, but the result could still be the same because it's not looking good for it overall. But we'll have to see the risk versus reward in regards to the situation, and will this affect some of those post-launch plans? And let me know what you think about this situation down in the comment section below. How do you feel about them changing such high up positions so late into this stage of development? A lot of people are commenting this saying, replacing the creative director a few months before release is certainly a choice. Holy shit, changing creative director this far into production? Yeah, the game's never been more dead on arrival, right? Seems very odd, right? And they said, oh, a big change in the leadership space 4 months before release. I'm sure it's fine, right? That's basically the gist of what everyone's talking about here. This seems very odd, very unusual, and not maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing. You know, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That's a wrap on this one. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. We'll keep you up to date on all things Destiny 2, Marathon, and Bungie. So that's a wrap. Later.